Hi everybody, I'm Shaina from Shaina Falcone Fitness. I'm going to do a Pilates flow with you today. We're going to focus on strengthening our abdominals, our upper back, as well as our glutes. So basically our entire core. All you need is a mat and we're gonna start down here on our knees. Meet me in 4-point stance. That's where you have your wrists lined up directly underneath your shoulders and your knees lined up directly underneath your hips. In this position, I want you to soften your elbows and just lift up through your chest. I want you to think of lengthening through your spine. That's going to be a theme today in our class. So we're going to reach our tailbone long out behind us and reach out of the crown of our head in front of us. You're going to lightly draw your abdominals in so they're not sinking and there's no dip in your lower back. This is called our neutral spine and we're going to come back to it. We're going to start here with an inhale, really trying to expand into your ribs. Inhale through your nose. As we exhale through our mouth, we're going to start into a little cat stretch. So we're going to round through the spine, tuck your tailbone under, let your head just soften down, release through your neck, and you're going to push away from the mat here. We're going to inhale here, scooping up the abdominals. Now on our exhale, we're going to come back to our neutral spine. We're going to start reaching that tailbone away again, gliding the shoulder blades back, lifting up through the chest without letting the abdominals drop. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, really scoop through the abdominals, round up through the upper back, let your head and neck completely release. We're holding it here. Inhale, push the mat away. Exhale, we're extending through our lower back, reaching our shoulders back, lifting through our chest, keeping our abdominals activated. Let's do one more. Deep breath in. Exhale, round through your lower back, scooping up and in, pushing the mat away, releasing your head. Just hold it here. Deep breath into your back ribs. Exhale and reach out through your tailbone. Lift through your chest. Head comes up. And again, just make sure those abdominals are activated. We're gonna roll forward and back. So you're gonna roll forward over your wrists and then just reach back, leading with your tailbone. Our abdominals are drawn in here. We're lifted and we don't have any dipping through our lower back. I'm going to give you a lot of form cues today because I want you to get your absolute most out of this workout. And I want to always try to give you the cues of where you should feel the movement. We're going to do 3 more. We roll forward, bring it forward over the wrists. We're getting a little wrist stretch there. Using your core to pull you back, reaching your tailbone back. 2 more. And back. 1 more. All the way back. And then come center, where your shoulders are once again over your wrists. Elbows are soft. We're gonna play with stability here. Take your left arm, reach it out to the side, and bring it center. Right arm. I want you to use your deep stabilizers to avoid twisting here. Reach it out. We wanna try to stay centered. Shoulders are square to the mat, and hips are square to the mat. Just reach one arm out at a time. Reach it out. Let's do 4 more. Bringing your weight a little more forward so your abs can kick in and engage here. Keep your head in line with your spine. Let's do 1 more. Now take your left arm and reach it out. Lift up through the chest. We're going to do little circles backward, just little controlled circles. Now trying to connect in through your shoulder blade and through your back. 2 more, 1 more, and reverse. 3, 2, and 1. Softly bring the left arm down. Let's stay centered and reach the right arm out. Little circles backward. Connecting in through your shoulder blades. Waking up your back. 2, and 1, and now reverse. Drawing up and in through the abdominals. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Left arm reaches out. We're going to bring it behind the head. Soften that right elbow. We're going to push off the right arm. Keep your tailbone reaching back. Do a little rotation. It's just happening through the upper back. Inhale, exhale, open up. Everybody's rotation is going to be different here. I just want you to get a little spiral through your spine. Feels so good to rotate the spine. Massaging those organs. Do one more. Open it up, reach your hips back. Come to the center, press that hand down. Right hand goes behind your head, soften the left elbow. Deep breath in, open it up. Exhale, and bring it down. Push off your opposite arm to get that rotation, and bring it down. Think of the chest opening here, but your hips not rotating at all. They're staying square. Two more. Open it up. Last one, kicking into the obliques here. And bring it center. Let's do one cat stretch. Inhale, prepare, lengthen your spine. Exhale, scoop in, round through the spine. Let your head just completely relax here, no tension. Inhale, push the mat away, scoop your abs in deeper. Exhale, we're gonna come to neutral, reaching our tailbone back, not sinking through the spine as we draw the shoulders back and we lift up through the chest. We're gonna keep our abs engaged and just reach back into a little shell stretch here. We're gonna then spring it forward. So we're coming all the way forward into a plank prep. Squeeze your elbows in towards your body. We're gonna come all the way down to the mat. From here, I want you to lift up through your abdominals. We're gonna do a little push. So inhale, prepare. Exhale, push up. Elbows stay soft. Now lead with your tailbone, spine long. Reach back. Let's make that a nice little pattern. So we come forward. Deep breath in. Lower down. You can come all the way down here, but lift your abdominals up. So engage through the core. Exhale, big press. Chest is long. Sink back through your hips, reaching back through your tailbone. Again, spring forward, slowly lower, squeezing your elbows in towards your side. Keep those abdominals lifted. This is really strong here. Exhale, press up. Inhale, bring it back. This is a really nice way to prep for push-ups as well, if that's a goal of yours. Drop it down. Abs squeeze in. We're gonna inhale to press up. Exhale, lift. Good, bring it back. I said inhale to press up. I meant inhale to prep the press up. We have two more. Bring it forward. Inhale as you come down, lifting your abs. Now exhale on that press. We always want to exhale on the harder parts. Whew, here we go. One more. Spring forward, chest is open. Let those elbows just bend as you come all the way down. Abdominals draw up off the mat. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, press. Sink it back. And we're gonna take it all the way forward now. Drop it down, and we're gonna hold it down here. From here, I want you to, again, lift those abdominals off the mat. Just soften your toes. Shoulders reach down towards your back pocket. You're gonna take your palms, press yourself up just very, very slightly here. We're in a really low hover. We're gonna lift the hands off. Make sure your chin is not lifted. Your gaze is down on the mat. We're gonna take your left arm, reach forward, and then slide the shoulder blade back as you pull. Other arm, reach forward and pull. Reach forward. Now our goal is to wake up those upper mid-back muscles. We want to try to wake up our postural muscles here. So as you pull back, try to draw your shoulder blade down your back. Inhale and exhale. Abdominals are scooped in. If you feel any discomfort through your lower back, I want you just to take this even lower, closer to the mat. We have two more. Inhale, reach, exhale, pull, hold it here. Let's try both arms together. Reach and then draw the shoulder blades down away from your ears, like you're pulling your shoulder blades towards your back pocket. Your glutes are turned on, but they're not gripping. It's a really just light squeeze here. I want you to focus more on lifting your abdominals off the mat. We have 3 more. Squeeze your elbows back. 2 more. 1 more. Let's hold it here. Drop your palms to the mat. Little lift and squeeze right into the middle of your back. Just wake up those chest opening muscles. Drop down. Little squeeze. This feels so good on my mid back, especially after I've been rounded, sitting. So nice to open up. We're gonna do 4 more. 3, just keep that length reaching out of your head, reaching out of your toes. Do 1 more. Drop it down, pull the hands back. Deep breath in, we're gonna push up like we did before. Press up and sink back into a shell stretch. Woo, just take a deep breath here. From here, we're gonna connect our heels. So knees are gonna come apart and heels are going to connect together. We're gonna just flex the feet. So curl the toes under. It's plank time. We're going into a plank. So I want you to take a deep breath as you sink back here. Get ready to zip up the abdominals. Exhale, spring forward, lift into a plank. Let's just hang out here for a second and talk about form. Elbows are soft. Your heels are squeezed together. Your chest is open. And I want you to feel like you're reaching out of your heels and also out of your head. Hold it here. Deep breath in. Exhale. We're gonna inhale and sink back into a little squat. Heels are still together. Exhale, zip up through the inner thighs. Lift the chest as you come forward. Little V plank squat. Try to keep your spine long. Reach back with your tailbone. Zip up through your abdominals as you come forward. Building some heat through the body here. Really press down with your palms. Open your chest. Let's do 4 more. Getting some nice inner thigh work here as we zip up the legs every time we come forward. 2 more. 1 more. Hold it here. We're gonna try to maintain the length through the body. Try not to lift and lower the hips. We're gonna rock forward and back. Forward and back. It's just a little tiny rock. The move initiates at your ankle joint. That's where the power comes from. Squeeze those inner thighs. Stay strong, you can do this. 4 more. 3, just think length from your head all the way out through your heels. 2 more. A break is coming. 1 more. Hold, drop the knees, uncurl the toes. Sink it back. We're not staying here, we're rolling it up 1 vertebra at a time. Shoulder blades come back. From here, separate your toes, come into parallel. I want you to lift up out of the thighs. I'm gonna turn sideways. Squeeze your glutes just a little, pushing them forward. I want you to think more about getting taller, lifting out of your knees. Palms come forward. We're gonna do a really small double thigh stretch. So just keeping the body long, abdominals in, pull your ribs down towards your hips, and we're gonna do a tiny hinge, and then push your arms back, open the chest. Tiny hinge, press back. We wanna move as one unit. So our ribs are connected to our abdominals. Abdominals are drawing up and in. We're pushing our hips forward as we hinge back. Just make this really small. This is not the time for sticking out your butt. There are times for that, but this is not one of them. Just stay really long, and when in doubt, keep it small. We have 4 more. And up. 3 more. Reach. Try to connect the ribs and not pop out those ribs. 2 more. 1 more. Feel that lovely stretch through the front of your thighs. Bring it up. I'm gonna bring my hands behind the head. Again, lift up out of the core. Side bend over to the right. Little lift and bend. Come center. Push your hips to the front and then lift up and out of your ribs. Reach. This is all about getting taller through the spine. lengthening even as we're doing this little side bend. As you bend over here to the left, think about pushing your right knee down to the mat. As you bend to the right, think about pushing the left knee down. Anchor yourself from the opposite side. And then get taller in the middle. I know, lots to think about. Just focus too on feeling those obliques kick in here. We have 4 more. We have 3. 2 more. 1 more. We're gonna hold over to the right. So take it over to the right, hold it here. Let's extend the right arm, extend the left arm, and then tiny pulses. Just little tiny reach and lower, lengthening through the torso. We have 4, 3, 2, bring it center. Let's go over to the left. Hold it here, hips pressing front, left arm out, right arm out, and then tiny pulses. Let's lift up and out of the ribs. Just breathe. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. Let's reach the arms up, overhead, circle it around one more time. Get taller, reach up, and circle around. We're gonna come onto our back side, getting off of our knees here. You're gonna bring your feet together. I want you to use that connection through your heels to really start to activate through your inner thighs and your glutes. Feel those little sits bones underneath your backside. I want you sitting right up on top of those. We're gonna go into a half roll back to lengthen the spine. Let's bring our palms together, shoulder blades down and back, chest lifted. We're going to inhale nice and tall here to prepare. Exhale, you're gonna scoop your belly button in, roll halfway back. Your spine makes sort of a C curve. We're gonna bring it up, and now let's lift those arms up overhead, lengthening through the spine. And we're coming forward. Exhale, scoop and roll back, hollowing out the abdominals. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, scoop and roll back. Bring it up. Think of your hip bones rolling away from your thighs. And now we roll the hip bones back up to meet the thighs and grow taller. Again, scoop and roll. This is such a great one for really trying to loosen up a stiff spine, build mobility in through your spine. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, scoop and roll, tucking your tailbone underneath you, and then lifting up really tall, lifting out of your pelvic floor, down, and then bring it up. And we're gonna take it down and we're gonna hold it down. So hold it here. Scoop the abs in, but get a little lift through your chest. We're gonna clasp the hands together and we're gonna go into a little figure 8. So let's drop down towards the front. Slowly, 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 up through center, twist. Slowly, slowly, slowly. We're gonna go really slow here. Really try to accentuate this twist, side, 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 and center. Figure 8 here. We're back to the obliques, side, 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 and center. Still working on that spinal mobility here with that twist. Twisting is really good for digestion as well. If you need to get things moving, you know what I mean. Twist, 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 and center. Do 1 more. And center, we're gonna bring it up, separate the hands, drop those shoulders, lift the chest. Inhale here, exhale, roll halfway back here. We're gonna take the right arm or left arm, little pull, 1 arm, and center, other arm. So now I want you to engage through your mid-back. It's a little row. Draw the elbow back. We have 2 more. Stay scooped through the abdominals, lifted through the chest. Let's add a rotation. And center. Really feel the oppositional pull. Your back arm pulls backwards, your front arm reaches out away, so you have this nice oppositional pull happening through your torso. You have 4 more. Squeeze those heels together. Try not to let the legs flop open. So much going on. One more. Bring it center. Let's lift the arms up. Oh, feel that beautiful length. And circle it around. We're gonna come down onto the mat for our ab series. Come up nice and tall. Reach your hands out. Deep breath in, soften your shoulders. Exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time. Just let yourself release at the bottom. Arms come up overhead and circle around. We're gonna bring one leg up to tabletop, the other leg up. My ideal position for you is that you have your tailbone connected to the mat, back ribs heavy and connected, abdominals drawing in, but you have a nice little air space or C curve between your lower back and the mat. If you feel any strain at all through your lower back, just draw your lower back a little further into the mat. From here, we're going into our single leg stretch. I'll show you with the upper body down. We're gonna extend the front leg, exhale, inhale as we come through center, exhale. So option one, upper body down. Option two, you're gonna make a basket with your hands. Just gaze towards your knees, curl up very slightly, still trying to keep your spine long. Gazing right here at the tops of your knees. Push your head into your arms to relieve any neck tension. And just focus on this flow. Reaching one leg long, long, long. Stretching through the front of the hip. Exhale, inhale through center, exhale. Trying not to pop or bulge up through the abdominal wall. We're gonna do 4, and then I'm gonna add a twist. 3, 2, let's add a little twist to the bent knee. Twist, inhale through center, exhale. Try not to rock and roll your hips. The hips are staying still. Just twisting through your torso, through your rib cage, wrapping around through center. Take this really slowly, don't rush it. You have 4 more. Use that breath, exhale, get a little further in that twist. Further, further, further. 1 more. We're gonna hold it center. You can keep your upper body out of it to start. Double leg stretch, exhale and inhale. Again, this is always the option. If you like, you're gonna bring the hands onto your calves, reach over your head and circle around. Exhale and inhale. Remember, this is not a high lift through the chest. I want your spine to stay long. You have 2 more. And up. We have 1 more. So let's just bring the legs up. You're gonna gently drop your shoulders, pull one leg towards you, pulse, pulse. Inhale through center, exhale. It's your abdominals that work to pull the legs up. Remember, at any time, you could have hands behind the head, you could have upper body down. Take the option that feels the best for your body. Drop those shoulders. 4 more. 3, 2 more. Last one, bring it up. We're gonna bend the knees, lower it down. We're gonna go into a variation of the 100. Your leg options are tabletop or on the diagonal. I'll show you both options. We're gonna start with the right hand behind the head. Deep breath in, look towards your knees. Exhale, just slide up, reaching your bottom arm long. I'm gonna connect my fingers and make kind of a cup with my hand. We're gonna start to pulse. Remember, your option is here or here. We're gonna pulse, breathing in for 5 and out for 5. Here we go. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out through your mouth. 10, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 20, inhale, gazing at your knees and exhale. Strong pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 1 more set, breathe in and out. Bring it center. We're gonna switch, opposite arm behind the head. Legs can stay at tabletop if you like. Inhale, gaze at your knees. Exhale, float it up, reaching that bottom arm down. Extend if you want. Hollow out through the abdominals. Let's pulse, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 10, breathe in, soften through your shoulders, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2 more sets, breathe in. And out. Imagine you're bouncing a little basketball. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 3, 4, and center. Woo, we're gonna keep the upper body down. Bring the legs up to tabletop, hands down in a V. Try to connect your tailbone if you can. Scoop in through the abdominals. We're gonna do little tiny dips of the legs. Inhale, and then exhale. Your goal is to keep your rib cage pressing down, especially those back ribs, not popping or arching through the spine. You inhale, lower. Exhale, draw the knees in. We have 2 more. We have 1 more. We're gonna go into little circles. You're gonna drop the legs slightly over to the right, lower down towards the right, come through center, over to the left, and center. Drop the legs towards the left. Little circle around, and center. So it's tiny little hip circles here. Reach it around, and center. Over to the left. Scoop the abdominals in, and center. 1 more each way. Try to keep your chest open. And center. Last one, over to the left. Circle around, legs stay connected. Bring it to center. Whew, knees in. Let's open up the hips after all that hip flexor work. You're gonna bring the feet down. Legs are parallel. Heels are in line with your sits bones. Make sure you're not way out here. Bring the legs in a little bit. We're gonna do some hip rolls up to bridge. Start with that neutral spine, tailbone down. Nice little airspace between your lower back and the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, we're gonna scoop the abdominals in, pull your lower back to the mat, and then peel yourself off the mat 1 vertebra at a time. The weight is coming across your shoulders, not onto your neck. Take a deep breath here, reaching your knees out long away from you. Exhale, we're gonna melt down, softening through the ribs, laying 1 vertebra down at a time, trying to roll through the center of your spine. We're imprinted here, and then you come into neutral. Tailbone comes in contact with the mat. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the abdominals in and start to roll up the spine, peeling off 1 vertebra at a time. Let's hold at the top and inhale. Exhale, we scoop the rib cage in, roll down, laying 1 vertebra down at a time, imprint the spine, and then lift up to neutral as your tailbone touches the mat. We're gonna do 1 more and hold it up there. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, scoop and roll all the way up to the top. The weight is across your shoulder blades, lifting from underneath, reaching long out of the top of your head. From here, press your heels firmly into the mat. Feel how that connects your hamstrings. We're gonna take our left hip and we're gonna just dip it down and then come back to the center. Drop your right hip, dip and center. As one hip drops on the diagonal, I want you to keep your knees reaching out long. So that's a challenge, not to move those knees. The hips drop, the knees reach out long. Kicking into the obliques here again. Drop and lift. Lower the hip on that angle and come back to center. And up. It's like a little diagonal fall, and then you come center. Drop. Really focus on pushing those heels into the mat. I love this one because it's glutes and obliques at the same time. Drop down, press it up. Let's do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more, hold it up, deep breath in, exhale, soften the ribs, melt down 1 vertebra at a time, imprint and neutral, and we're rolling it up again. Exhale, scoop it in, peel the spine up, hold it at the top. I want you to press your left heel into the mat. We're gonna lift the right leg off. We're gonna bicycle, trying to keep the hips level. So you're gonna lower the leg, swoop it in, and bring it up. Try to think of creating length through your hip flexors, through the front of your body. We're opening the hips here. Bicycle and up. We have 4 more. You can make this really small and controlled. Try not to have those hips wiggling around. 1 more, reach, reach, reach. Bring it up, bend the right knee, press it down. Let's just press into both heels, center yourself, and now float the left leg off. Extend it up and bicycle, drop it down, swoop it around and up. Reach down. Let's exhale, reach, inhale, lift. Keep pushing up from underneath, getting those hips nice and high. We're working the glutes while stretching the hip flexors. 2 more. Push down through your palms, open your chest. 1 more, and just float that leg back down. Press your hips up 1 more time. Ribs stay down. And now let's roll down all the way. 1 vertebra at a time. Woo, let's bring the knees into the chest. Just rock side to side, and we're gonna come onto our side. So roll towards me. We're gonna do some side body work here. Let's take our bottom arm and prop our head up on it. I want everything square, so we're gonna take that bottom leg and bend it, and then square the hips to the front, lifting up underneath the ribs. So this is not a break. We are not hanging out right now. We are lifting up, working the obliques. Top hand can be here, it can be here, it can be here. You have options. We're gonna keep this hip bone, this knee, the toes facing the front. We're gonna do our top leg lift. So we bring it up, point the toe, flex the foot, drop it down, staying lifted through the torso. I want those obliques to be kicking in here the whole time. It goes, point the toe and flex the foot. Point the toe, flex the foot. You can take a little gaze down and make sure that your hips are forward, almost rotating in a little bit. Point the toe, flex the foot. We have 4 more. Create some resistance here. Imagine you're sliding your leg up and down a wall, and you're also, for some reason, underwater. So we have that resistance of pushing against water. Do 1 more. We're gonna hold it up, lift up through the ribs here. Tiny circles backward, very small. We want to keep that stability through the pelvis. So just make it really small so we're not wobbling. And 1 more, and now let's reverse. 5 in the other direction. Feel how this really comes from your abdominals, from deep in your hip. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna lay all the way down. You can have your top arm here, you can have it here. We're gonna extend the bottom leg, drop your shoulders, make sure your hips are stacked. Lift the top leg, lift the bottom leg, lower. So it's top, bottom, and then they lower together. Top, bottom, and lower. I want you to think of length here. So reaching out through the top of your head, reaching out through your feet like someone's pulling you from the top of the hips. 1, 2, lower. 2 more, inner outer thigh here, and lower. 1 more, 1, 2, and lower. Bring both legs up. We're gonna separate both and do little beats, in, out. Bottom leg pulls to meet the top leg lowers to meet the bottom. Little tiny beats, in, out. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're gonna bend the bottom knee. You're gonna bend the bottom elbow. Lift up here, lifting through the ribs. We're gonna go into a side kick. So we're going to flex the foot, come forward without tucking your pelvis. Bring it back without arching your back. So your spine stays long and it doesn't change its shape. And back. So you can make this really small. Abdominals are working to hold you still here. And back. 2 more. Flex the foot. Think of reaching your tailbone out long. Pull it back. Try not to arch the back. 1 more. And now let's just add a little bit more movement here. So we're going to reach, twist the torso, a little swoop, reach, and you can rotate. So this is a feel-good movement here. Also really nice twist. Open it up. Reach. 2 more. Open the chest. Turn down. 1 more. Open the chest. Turn down. From here, let's come into our pretzel. We have right leg forward, left leg back. Just sink into your hips. Arms come out. Let's go up and over to one side. Lift out of your waist, up and over to the other side. So we're just going little side to side here, up and over. Just keeping those shoulders down. Might always want to creep up. Getting a nice hip stretch here. One more, up and over. Lift through the center, drop it down, and come up. We're gonna swoop the legs around and do all that on the other side. We start off just bending the bottom leg and then rotating the hips. So we're in a nice long position here. We're gonna bend this bottom arm, support yourself here, lift up out of the ribs. This arm can be here, it can be here, and we're gonna do that top leg lift. So just take one more check, hips facing the front, abs in, let's go. Point the toe, flex the foot. I want your knee facing front so we can get a little bit more into the glutes rather than the quadriceps here. Bring it up, flex it down. Remember on the other side, we are somehow underwater yet still breathing, and we're moving as if we're moving against the little heaviness of the water. Create your own resistance here. Reach long and then reach out of your heel. Two and one. We're gonna come all the way down. You can have your hands together or you can have this top arm down for support. We're gonna extend the legs, rock and roll those hips just forward so they're stacked, one on top of the other. We're gonna start with that top leg lift, bottom leg comes to meet it, and then they reach long and away together. So it's top leg, bottom leg, and then reach longer as you lower. And drop down. Top leg comes up, bottom leg comes to meet it. Squeeze them together if you can. I know that's hard, and lower. Bring it up, reach. Imagine someone's pulling you from the top of the hips. Think about that length that you're creating through your body. We have two more, up, up, down together. One more, inhale, exhale. Now lift up the top leg. You're gonna pull the bottom leg in as the top leg comes to meet it and separate a little faster. Let's go into those beats. In and in, outer thigh and inner thigh working beautifully together here. Woo, pull it in. 8, 7, abs tight, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. We're coming up onto this bottom elbow. Make sure your elbow's in line under your shoulder. Bend that bottom knee again. Lift the leg up, lifting through the waist, keeping your pelvis still. We're gonna kick the leg forward, flex, point the toe, bring it back. Try not to arch your spine. Bring it forward and back. As the leg comes forward, we're trying not to tuck, so I'm reaching my tailbone away. And then as it comes back, abs engage so you don't arch the back. Inhale, exhale, trying to keep this leg the same height the whole time. And now let's add that reach. We're gonna swoop around, rotating through the chest, twisting down. Ooh, that's a lovely stretch. Bring it up. I hope you're enjoying that part. Right here. Bring that leg front as you swoop the arm back. Twist it down. 2 more. Swoop and twist. 1 more. Sweep that leg to the front. Twist. And we're gonna bring it up here. back into our pretzel. One leg bent forward, the other leg bent back. Whew. Bring the arms out. Let's go to the right, up and over. Inhale, exhale. Let's lift up out of the core as we come through the center. Lift up out of the waist. Nice. It's a stretch here, but it also is a little bit of obliques work. Double duty. 2 more. Last one here. Whew. And we're gonna come down onto our stomach, engaging the glutes and getting a little extension to finish things off today. So let's take our hands. We're gonna stack them one on top of the other. You can rest your head or just have it hovering. I would like your shoulders not to crunch up, but rather to reach back towards your back pockets. And like I said in the beginning, lifting those abdominals off the mat is key here. So really lift them up. We're gonna take the left leg, reach it out long, and drop it down, right leg. So single leg extension. I want you to think length here. Your hip bone is still pressing into the mat as you reach that leg out. Hips stay square, reach. Shoulders are reaching down. Remember, you can rest your head on your arms. You can make this reach really small. I'd rather it would be small and long than that you try to reach higher and bend that leg. We have 2 more. 1 more. Really draw the abdominals in. We're going double leg extension. Reach it out and down. Remember, this is not about a high lift. We just want to reach it long. So we want to lengthen right from the top of the hips. Light point through the toes. Abdominals are scooped in. 4 more. Just get that long reach. 3, 2, 1 more. We're gonna bring the hands to the side. Deep breath in here, push your hands just into the mat, and we're getting a tiny hover through the chest. Those abdominals are still drawing in. You're gonna hover the arms so your thumbs are just kind of tapped onto your shoulder blades. We're gonna reach the arms forward. You're gonna flip the palms, circle around, and press your arms towards your hips. Bend the arms, thumbs are in contact with the shoulders. We're here, we're hovering, we're reaching out of the top of our head. Head is in line with spine. Bend the arms in. Reach it out, flip the palms, and in. I'm going to show you 2 more of this version. You can stay here if this feels good for you. 1 more. This is called breaststroke, so I want you to imagine you're swimming through water. This time, bend the arms in. We're gonna hover low as the arms reach out. Flip the palms. You're gonna lift up. Your bottom rib is still in contact with the mat. We're not doing that with our neck. Eyes are down on the mat. Bring the arms in, lower down, hover. Reach the arms out, flip your palms. Lift your chest just a little bit higher. Bend the arms in, lower down, press it out, flip your palms. Draw your shoulder blades down your back as you lift up a little higher. Bring the elbows in, drop it down. Did you forget about your abs? Let's pull them in, flip the palms. Little lift here, little extension. Bring it in, lower down. We have 2 more. Press, flip the palms. Press into those hips as you lift higher. Drop it down. 1 more. Hover, flip your palms. Lift a little bit higher if you wish. Hold it here. Drop it down. We're gonna curl the toes, scoop the abs in, sink back into a very quick child's pose. Right here, let's uncurl the toes. Deep breath in, scoop the abs in. Let's just come up onto the knees. Roll it up 1 vertebra at a time. We're gonna finish off with spine stretch. Let's swing the legs around and your legs come into a V. If your legs aren't straight here, that's okay. You can bend them if that helps you get right up on top of those sits bones, or you can straighten them. I'd like you to imagine you have a wall behind your back. So you're really tall here and lengthened. We're just gonna reach the arms out. Let's push down to that imaginary pool water. We're gonna inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we're scooping the abdominals in. So the abdominals are pulling back as you're rounding forward, like you're rounding over a wave here. Reach, take a deep breath in, opening into your back ribs, and then exhale, stack up your spine, push your shoulders down, lift your chest up. Inhale here, grow taller. Exhale, abdominals scoop in. We have an oppositional pull here. Your abdominals are pulling back as you're rounding forward, almost like you're rounding over a ball, and then roll it up, stacking your vertebra. Shoulders come down, head comes up last. Let's do one more time. Inhale. Exhale, scoop the abs in. Really feel like you're being pulled backwards as you round forward. Inhale, hold it here, opening through your back ribs. Exhale, let's stack the vertebra, one on top of the other. Shoulder blades dropping down, chest lifts up. Let's bring the arms up overhead, circle it around, and we are done. That was abdominals, a lot of spine work here, a little bit of glutes. I hope you feel stretched out and energized. Feel free to join me anytime at ShainaFalconeFitness.com, and I will see you at our next workout.